Happy Valentine's Day! What better way to celebrate Valentine's Day than with some good old wine? Because in life, all you need is love and wine. So, funny story is about a year ago, I was going to Old York Cellars shop that was in the mall, and I haven't been to their new store. I first found out about them, well, I also live near one, but I found out about their wine kiosk. They had this beautiful gate and these two beautiful corks, and it looked very creative. So I immediately was hooked, and I was 21 at the time, so I did a wine tasting, and that's what got me into Old York Cellars. So they opened up this beautiful storefront in the mall, and it was Valentine's Day, and I was like, you know what, why don't I just go out with friends? We got a group together, and we went out to have Thai food. I wanted to bring the wine because my friends always know me for being that guy that brings the wine or brings some kind of alcohol, because true Italians, we never come empty-handed. We always have to bring something, preferably wine, or if not wine, it's food. Sometimes food and wine. So anyhow, I went in there and I saw this really cool label, and it just stuck to me. And it said, all you need is love and wine. And I thought that was so creative. I'm not certified or have a degree in graphic design, but I have experience with it. And I just fell in love with the design. I thought it was cool. It really appealed to my eye. And I'm like, you know what? If I'm teaching students how to do graphic design, I might as well practice what I preach. And you know what? It stuck out to me. I'm like, I'll take it. I found it, and I asked them, I said, is this rosé? And they explained that it wasn't rosé, but it was a blush wine. So it was like a blend. And I said, you know what, why not? I thought it would be fun and trendy. I got 2 bottles. We had one. It was amazing. And I never got to review the other one. And today's the perfect time. I also picked up to review a bottle of white table wine. Now this is not their Pinot, this is just I guess a random batch, and it's called Cupids Potion. So, when you're testing wine, I always try the white wines first because they're more aromatic, they're more of a gentler flavor, and then I do the reds after because the reds are more potent and technically a little bit more tannic. So, let me pour some of this. Color is gorgeous. It's deeper than the Pinot Grigio. It looks almost like an off yellow color. It's like a yellowish green. And it smells primarily of citrus. I get a nice lemony smell, and then an after smell of like a butter or cream. This is a very good wine. When you taste this, it tastes very sweet. It has an astringent taste on the tongue, so it's not as tannic as some other wines, but it has a little bit of a kick, but not overbearing. Very gentle, very light. This would go great with a fish dish or a grain dish. It doesn't overpower any part of the meal, but you definitely get a nice hint of citrus. So I taste lemon, I taste green apple, and that is it for this. I do want to mention with wine, when you're pairing wines for Valentine's Day, don't be afraid to go outside the box and try a wine that you're not afraid to try, because worst case scenario, you'll try one that is pretty awful, and you know what, you can just toss it or use it for cooking. I never recommend throwing out a good wine. This is my own personal belief, because wine is so, it has many purposes. Whatever wine you don't use, you can either turn into a vinegar, or if that's too complicated, you can cook with it. You can make, if you eat eggs, you can make like a poached eggs and wine, or add it to your rice dishes. Never ever waste a good wine, and that is my own words of wisdom for you. Although there was one time actually, what was it? It was a bottle of sangria. It was disgusting. So me and my grandpa, who you guys have met, he is awesome. He is one of my idols actually, and Pops, if you're watching this, love you. We love wine, and we love a good cigar wine, so you know, we had our cigar for the day, and he opened up this bottle of sangria. I don't even know how old it was. I had dust on it. The minute he poured it and I took a whiff, it smelled like rotten eggs. The amount of sulfur in it was pungent, nasty. we actually didn't even taste it because it smelled that awful. Like, our gut instinct said, throw this wine out. And anyhow, it was bad. Trying to think. Another good story. I'm going to turn this into a little bit of a blog, so it'll be a fun Valentine's Day special for you guys. Second time I had a bad experience at wine. My grandpa opened up a bottle from 2005. The wine was fine. It was delicious. Nothing special or nothing awful about it. The problem was the wine glass. He was just cleaning out his cabinets, and he replaced his whole kitchen. Well, he pulls out the glass, and it's got about this much dust in it. I don't even see it. So when he pours the wine in there, I guess it coagulated. I take one big sip, and I have this mass of just really gritty, gross, dusty junk hit my tongue. It triggered a gag reflex. I actually had the wine come out of my nose, and it burned. All I can say is people have had water come out of their nose. I've had pizza come out of my nose about twice. I've had wine come out once, and the wine, I think, was second to worst. The pizza burned like crap, and you had to pull it out. So kind of gross, but just a funny story. All right, so now on to the blush table wine. The color is just gorgeous. It is nice and rosy. I mean, look, this practically looks near identical to a rosé, except it's a little bit more orangey. It's got a, I mean, it is like a pink shade. It's kind of like a salmon color. And when I smell it, I smell that red scent, so it does smell a little bit more stronger than the white wine. The white wine was very gentle, very light. Didn't taste nearly as acidic. This one smells a little bit more like oak and spice. I smell a little bit of a date, kind of like a date smell. This one I'm having trouble with because the other one was definitely more on the dry side. It was dry, but it was sweet and it goes down smooth. This wine that I'm tasting is much sweeter. It has a sweet aftertaste, so this would be great for a dessert. I would have to say that this is definitely some... I'm trying to figure out the flavor because it has like a berry taste, but it also has like a sugar cookie taste. So I definitely have like a small hint of vanilla in there. Like almost like a bonus hint. On the white table wine, whatever that is, it's right in between dry and semi-dry. So depending on how your palate is, you may taste it either or. But I definitely think this one is sweet. This one is much more sweeter. And this is a semi-sweet wine on the back label. So I definitely, between the two, I prefer the white wine, and I like all kinds of wine, but I'm definitely a sucker for a good Merlot or Cabernet. The Cupids Potion is definitely the choice that I would have to pick for Valentine's Day. They're both fantastic, and if you have time to either visit Jersey and buy one at the Old York Cellars shop in the mall, do that, or visit their winery. It's gorgeous. If you live farther away, depending on what state you're in, you can order online at oldyorkcellars.com. They're a great winery. They really are a great local business, and they just do so much good because a lot of their purchases will donate money. So I think that's really great for a company that's business owned. So before I bid you guys farewell and wish you guys all a happy Valentine's Day, if you are doing nothing but studying like I am on Valentine's Day, I have a tip for you guys. So people know Valentine's Day, and let's be honest, it's the day for drinking, romantic dinner, diamonds, chocolates, and sex. Yes, I said it, sex. If you guys have a Valentine's Day where you are alone and you're just chilling at home with a bottle of wine and you said, you know what, I'm gonna have a glass, you don't feel like drinking the whole bottle, feel free to pull out a condom and pop it on top of the bottle if the cork either breaks or the cork falls in. This is one good hack to compensate for wine, because I know so many people open the cork, accidentally throw it out, thinking they're gonna drink more, and they only drink a little bit. Instead, you can actually take the condom and put it on top of the wine bottle. They do make wine condoms, and they are, depending where you get them, a little bit pricey. So if you wanna save a buck, you can get regular condoms. I've heard people say that sometimes if they are flavored condoms, like this one's banana, it may actually, what's what I'm looking for, alter the taste of the wine. So just something to consider. So if you're going to if you want to get a good gift for yourself on Valentine's Day or someone else that likes wine condoms is definitely the way to go, along with a bottle of Cupid's Potion or the All You Need Is Love and Wine blush wine from Old York Cellars. Have a happy Valentine's Day. I hope you guys had a great one, and I hope to do more of these vlogs coming up soon. I know in my next video coming up, I'll be having a friend come back. Actually, you guys know him, Aiden, from my hair coloring video, which you can check out down below. He's gonna come on and we're gonna taste some wines together. So, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys soon.